Hey, welcome to the B Word broadcast, coming at you live from Montreal. It is the 2nd of February. That's right, we got a short month, and it is we got 28 days to work with today. Oh geez, it is 2023 still. Hope you paid your rent. Hope you doing good, doing fine. We got all sorts of great content here today. Looking at all sorts of stuff. I haven't been streaming. I've been overwhelmed by school, but it's gonna be a good stream all the same. Got all sorts of fun stuff. We got the largest protest in, what was it, 10 years? Happening in Britain. Still isn't like crazy, but it's up there. It's big. And we've got the fate of Tate. We're gonna go check in on our favorite misogynist, Andrew Tate, see if the Romanians are still holding him in prison. And then we're gonna be taking a look at Hunter Biden. That's right, he's clapping back, everybody. Hunter Biden's going after Tucker Carlson. There's all sorts of fun backstory there. And finally, but not least, artificial intelligence is producing Seinfeld? Yay! It's bad. It's pixelated. And it's not human. And we're gonna take a look at it, see what's going on. I'm excited for it. So yeah, I hope you're here for it. Otherwise, what's going up with me? I'm busy as hell. We got the slam this Saturday. It's Black History Month. We got a lovely poet, Nigel Thomas. Maybe we'll check out some of his stuff. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, why did I think of that? Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna try to plan a stream tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow night on caffeine.tv. I'll try to set something up for Poet TV, and we'll go through Nigel Thomas's work, grok on it a little bit, see what it's like. That could be a good show. And maybe check out some of the poetry from the previous slam, the Canadian Individual Poetry Slam qualifiers. So yeah, so much to cover, so much to do. Poetry Slam is coming up quick. It's a Saturday, and I'm trying to announce a workshop for a Slam Poetry 101 that I've been designing this week. It's why I'm a bit tired and scattered and all over the place, up at like 2 in the morning, which has not been fun. And yeah, writing just every day. So yeah, it's been so busy, but hopefully one of those good busies. So yeah, we're gonna blast off. We're gonna jump to our first story that we have. There's honestly, there's so much happening. Oh my god. Where did we want to start? Let's go take a look at what's going on with with Andrew Tate. And then we have a bunch of other news stories kicking about. Yeah, we got some really crazy news stories that have popped off. Some kind of mid, might drop that story. But yeah, we got the UK strikes, sea of protest, live streams, whole 9 yards. So yeah, I think we'll probably just follow this. We'll start off with the strikes. We'll check out Andrew Tate. We'll go see Hunter Biden, and then finish off with some artificial intelligence. It's gonna be good. So get yourself. Oh, I didn't get myself some coffee. Ooh, I need coffee. Okay, so I'm gonna get the first little thing set up, and then yeah, get some coffee. I need more coffee. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so yeah, we'll get to the first little bit. It's weird. Camera's been all over the place. All right. Bring that back over here. All right, let's see here. Okay, I'll be right back.
Fellow members to make a stand against what we see as absolutely 12 years of Tory austerity and the cuts impacting massively on the children's education through lack of funding in the classroom. Plus, of course, our own salaries, which have real terms have been slashed. I know that teachers are using food banks. That's not right. Just like the nurses, completely the same. It's not right for anybody to not be getting a proper living wage that isn't matching how everything's going up.
We feel so strongly. We're all out on the streets and the movement's getting bigger. You know, the workers need fair pay, cost of living crisis.
You know, the quality work-life balance is being affected massively. You know, there's massive burnout within professions.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be happening.
No.
I think it's simple. I think these disputes could be resolved. All people want is, you know, enough money to pay the bills. People want often just a contract so that they can live with dignity and security. These are not big asks of what is, you know, the 6th, 7th richest nation in the world. And it's certainly not big asks from a government who seems to, you know, look the other way when millionaires aren't filing their tax returns.
It's a mess. Yeah, it's, you know, I think this government should be ashamed of the way that they're managing things. It's clear that people are unhappy. It's clear that there needs to be a change.
Sheesh. What is happening in
the
Britain?
fact that all these people are here today
What
will
is?
be enough to send a very direct message.
Wow, save our schools. Holy shit. That is crazy. Up to 500,000. 500,000? Holy shit. That's a lot of people. Whoa. Up to 500,000 British teachers, civil servants, and train drivers walked out over pay in the largest coordinated strike action for a decade on Wednesday, with unions threatening more disruption as the government digs its heels in over pay demands. The mass walkouts across the country shut schools, halted most rail services, and forced the military to be put on standby to help with border checks on a day dubbed Walkout Wednesday. All right, well, thank you. Now that I know. It's called Walkout Wednesday, everybody. Walkout Wednesday. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak condemned the strikes. Holy shit. Wait, I missed a bit. According to unions, as many as 300,000 teachers took part, the biggest group involved, as part of wider action by 500,000 people, the highest number since 2011, when civil servants walked out en masse. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak condemned the strikes, which forced millions of children to miss school. I am clear that our children's education is precious, and they deserve to be in school today being taught. This guy needs to go back to school. They deserve to be in school today being taught. Like, what's the verb tense here, buddy? You got like 4 different, you got future tense, present tense, and past tense, all within a few words. You're an absolute moron. His government has taken a hard line against the unions, arguing that giving in to demands for large wage hikes would further fuel Britain's inflation problem. Yeah, that's the problem, everybody. Inflation's caused by people trying to feed themselves. Jesus. Man, these people are awful, man. It's something. There is actually like good and evil people in the world, apparently. The sweeping wave of industrial action in Britain is being driven by workers across many sectors: healthcare, transport, and education. And oh, of course, as always, I forgot to blast off. Let's tell people I'm live. Wowee, let's go. Jeez. Yeah, and then carry on with this story. Moving forward, as they say. Okay, all right, okay, let's go. At the heart of the unrest is pay. Wow, that's a surprise. Who would have thought? Who'd have thunk it? Average wage growth in Britain slowed after the global financial crisis, and while it gradually picked up in the second half of the 2010s, pay rises were generally smaller for public sector workers and brought little or no real-term increase. The divide between public and private sector pay has become especially sharp over the past year as consumer price inflation reached double digits. Whew. Private sector pay in the 3 months to November was up 7.1% compared with a year earlier, while average public sector pay has grown by 3.3%, so half as much. Jesus, getting fleeced. God damn. Many unions say their workers' pay has been eroded over the past 10 years by only modest growth, further compounding the impact of the recent high inflation, which is caused by soaring energy prices and the after effects of the pandemic. While some private sector workers, from container port staff to bus drivers, have reached pay deals with employers after taking strike action, many public sector disputes continue. This is from a month ago? Thousands of...
Across the UK, thousands of nurses off the job.
Nursing staff have been underpaid and overworked for far too long, and we've had enough. We cannot safely look after our patients.
Oh, yeah.
The second day of what is the largest strike to rock the National Health Service.
Nurses are seeking a 5% pay raise above the 14% inflation rate. That would be 19%. The government has balked at that, but nurses say it's justified.
The country, they say, is hemorrhaging nurses, lured away to places with better pay.
Beds are closing already, staffing is short already. It's really hard to retain, it's really hard to recruit.
19,000 surgeries were cancelled Thursday, the first day the nurses walked. Patients continue to be impacted, but public support remains high.
These people are fighting back for all of us.
Sketch artist
go.
Inga Bystrom capturing it all.
The young
That's a
lady
good
in
shot.
the pink hat, that's her there.
She's sketched 60 protests so far.
It's appalling what this government are doing.
Hell yeah.
Across the UK,
Based.
multiple sectors taking job action. Railway staff, postal workers, border agents.
Holy
On
cow.
Wednesday, thousands of paramedics will also strike.
What is
prompting
happening?
the government to put soldiers on standby and ask people not to get injured.
It is important that where people are planning any risky activity, I would strongly encourage them not to do so.
The last time there was this much labour unrest in the UK was the late 70s, known as the Winter of Discontent.
Whoa.
So far, no sign of movement from 10 Downing. A mistake, says this economist.
Crazy.
You can stay firm with your position that we can't afford and this and that, but communication needs to be established.
And unless it is,
Yeah, they like
the UK
refuse
can
to talk to the
expect
nurses.
another Winter of discontent.
Oh, I'll
Katie
make it
Nichols,
end.
CBC News.
So this
London.
is early. So this is like a month ago. And yeah, and sure enough. Rail strikes are blow to already weakened economy. In response, Britain's government, which takes advice from independent pay bodies when setting public wage increases, has urged unions to cancel strikes while it holds talks with them. It has argued that inflation matching pay rises would only fuel further price increases and cause interest rates and mortgage payments to rise further. We wouldn't want to affect the people who own real estate now. They're hard up. They gotta pay for their home and build equity. Unlike these filthy, greedy union workers, these nurses and rail workers. What the hell do they think they're doing? The demands on the public purse also come as the government embarks on a package of tax rises. Jesus Christ. And spending cuts in an attempt to repair the public finances and tame inflation. So you're making it worse. Spending cuts and tax rises. Jesus. In the meantime, rail strikes have caused widespread disruption for commuters and badly damaged the hospitality industry in cities as people stayed at home. A government minister also urged Britons to avoid risky outdoor activities on a day when ambulance workers were striking. Oh my God. All right, everybody, shut it down. Shut it down. It's over. We're done. Society's ended. That meme about we live in a society? Apparently not. All right. The period between June and November saw more days lost to industrial action than in any 6 months for over 30 years. The consultancy that produced that report estimates that strikes and the indirect effect of worker absences caused by rail strikes cost the economy at least 1.7 billion pounds. Whew, over 8 months last year, a fraction of the economy's total output of 2 trillion. Wait, what the hell is this? The grocery price freeze is over, so brace yourself for even bigger food bills soon. I am not having it. I am not having it. Every time I've gotten to the grocery store, it has been like upsetting. It's like, when the hell did like a thing of celery be the same price as a piece of green onion? You ever see that before? You ever see fucking cucumber at $3? Like, what the fuck? And apparently that's during a freeze? Bro, make it stop. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Zoom in. Do I really need 2 hands to zoom? Apparently. The holiday price freeze put in place by some of Canada's biggest grocery chains has hit its expiry date. So shoppers should brace themselves for news that could be hard to swallow. Get ready for your food bill to go up. By a lot. Again. I'm not happy. This is crazy. Loblaws made headlines last fall when it announced it would freeze prices on hundreds of its in-house no-name brand through the holiday season. The grocery chain pitched the plan as a salvo for cost-conscious shoppers hit hard by high inflation. But people in the industry quickly panned it as little more than a publicity stunt, since grocery chains typically implement similar price freezes over that period, refusing to accept any price hikes from their suppliers during the critical shopping season. They do this every year anyways. Those little... oh my god. I think that now they're like, Loblaws is crying like, oh, are we the baddies? Like, ugh. This drives me nuts. Didn't they report like record profits? Let's just see here. Record profits, grocery stores, Canada. Really? Oh, is that true? Canada's top 3 grocers posted higher profits this year compared to 5-year average. That's right. That's right, everybody. This is the best year they've done in 5 years, and prices are about to go up again. Like, zero chill. Holy shit. Loblaws made headlines last fall when it announced it would freeze prices, but this is something they do every year. Loblaws pledged in October that no-name branded grocery staples wouldn't see price increases until the end of January at least. It's now February, and the chain told CBC News in a statement this week that it plans to keep prices where they are wherever possible, but warned that many prices may well go up in the coming weeks. Yeah, you're raising prices. Like, what? You're just saying it backwards. Quote, once the price freeze ends, customers can expect that some prices may increase. But as mentioned originally, we will continue to hold most of our no-name prices flat. Spokesperson Catherine Thomas said, the cost to stock our shelves has gone up month after month. Oh no, not the cost to stock your shelves. Oh, geez, you mean labor? You mean humans that need wages to pay for the food in your grocery store? Ah, I see. What's this? Greedflation? Is that the word that people are throwing around? Greedflation? How far can we zoom in on this? Yeah, that looks about right. I actually kind of like that zoom. So that's a bunch of bullshit. All right, let's move on. We were checking out I got distracted. We're still checking out the British protests. Apparently there was like a live stream yesterday. I'll see if I can find some more. Alright, bro. That's a protest. Oh, there might be protests happening right now. Where's my resident Brit? Where's Barely when you need him? Yeah, let's see here. Just gonna go see if we can find an active live stream. French are talking about Ukraine. And the British news is talking about a bombing in Pakistan. Nobody's talking about the labor strike. Jeremy Corbyn was seen. Yeah. That's it, bruv. You get that pay rise. Let's go. Strike for education? Hell yeah. This is awesome. I'm watching, I'm looking for other live feeds, and one is like, UK comes to a standstill following unprecedented strikes. UK protest live, and it's like CNN News or something. And then here's the title from Bloomberg, quick take. Well, actually, let's watch this. This looks so bad. I'm already getting pissed off. Worst UK strikes for a decade. Shut schools and stop trains. Like, they found a way to get the word worst in there. Those bastards. All right, Bloomberg.
Ambulance drivers, teachers, nurses, firefighters, bus drivers, civil servants, rail workers. Britain is
Society.
its worst industrial unrest in
Worst.
decades. The unions are blaming the government, saying they're failing to negotiate a fair deal on pay and...
Government wouldn't even come to the table. The head of the nurses union begged. It was like, we'll call off the strike. You just have to meet with us. Government refused.
conditions. For his part, the new Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, well, he's coming out swinging. The government's planning to introduce a new bill to clamp down on the strikes to stop walkouts from bringing the UK to its knees. So what exactly are they planning?
Jesus. Yeah, this sounds normal.
The new bill would demand that a minimum level of service is maintained if workers vote to strike in the fire service, in the ambulance service, and on the railways. And it's the government that gets to choose what a minimum service looks like. In short...
Yeah, that's how you know that strikes work. That's how you know. Like, strikes are like the last bastion of workers. You take that away, like, society starts to fall apart. You can't do this to people. Like, fuck off.
Some employees will be forced to turn up to work to keep things rolling or face the threat of losing their jobs. As you can imagine, this bill has faced heavy criticism from the...
I can't believe that they call strikes in Britain industrial action. What the fuck is happening? Due to industrial action, this area is temporarily... No, strike action. Why is it called an industrial action? That's such a perversion of the term.
The threat of losing their jobs. As you can imagine, this bill has faced heavy criticism from the unions. They're calling it a draconian clampdown and an attack on workers' rights.
It is.
The Labour Party, well, they vowed to repeal the bill if they get into power. With no obvious end in sight,
wow.
months and months of industrial unrest, the government is probably hoping this bill is going to force the unions back around the table to compromise. But with its opponents vowing to fight every single letter, it could be set to open a new front in those ongoing disputes.
So the government is basically trying to strong arm the negotiations. We're not going to move. We're not going to even meet with you. We're going to pass a law and show you how much power we have, and then we'll talk. After we bend you over the barrel and have our way, then we'll talk. That's basically the British government right now. Jesus. How did they go worse from Liz Truss? Like, Liz Truss was awful. She lasted less amount of time than a head of lettuce. And Rishi Sunak is worse. He can't even wear a seatbelt. Alright, let's fast forward through this. We got a fixed camera angle. SOS. Solidarity, defend the right to strike. Let's break the anti-union laws. Can't heat. Oh, fuck, what is it? Can't heat, can't eat. What was it? That was a good one. Can't sleep, still teach. Damn. Damn. Like, teachers are hardcore. Holy shit. There's a lot of different flags. Teaching is the only job where you steal from home to bring to work. Wow. True. True. It is the only place you steal from home to go to work, to bring to work. That's a good sign. Holy cow. Another one was you can't put students first if you put teachers last. It's okay. Let's scrub through this. I'm curious to see if we can get like a river of people. Teachers need a raise? What's with the scissor one? That one's terrible. You can't see it. Cuts. They're against cuts. They want to cut the cuts. Okay, keep scrubbing through. If you can read this, thank a teacher. And to be clear, like, I can't find any live protests happening right now. I'll keep looking. This happened yesterday, called the Wednesday Walkout. Yeah, we got it. We got it. It's cute. Kid put a lot of work into it. Education is a right, not a privilege. I can't afford a proper sign. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I believe you. Yeah, I have no way. There's like, it's really the are we the baddies moment. Like, how can the government like be cool with this? The society is falling apart. Strikes in every sector. Rail, nursing, education, like Jesus. I don't even know. This reminds me of the climate change protests in Montreal. They were massive. But I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing this everywhere. Like, but they're not going. They're not moving. That's the part I don't understand. Like, what's up? Looks like there's different people entering the frame. But there's no like A to B or something? Like some sort of march? Uh-oh. Government's shutting down my feed. We are printing in black and white because our funds are in the red. Nice. That's a good one. So they are moving. They're just... This is the most British protest ever. They're just standing in a queue. They're not marching. They're standing in a queue. These are two different things. Without teachers, you couldn't read this? I'm not too sure about that. This march is just a queue. I'm sorry. You know, hats off to the British. At least they get out into the streets, unlike Americans. Look, even Canada, we're getting reamed by our grocery stores, and there's hardly a peep. It is the dead of winter. But this looks less like a march and more like a giant queue. Fair pay equals teachers stay. Fund our schools. Pritt stick won't fix this. I don't know what a Pritt stick is. What's a Pritt stick? Please, sir, we want more funding. Please, sir, we want more funding. There it is. That's good. That's a good one. Educated by unpaid overtime. Yeah. Based. Teachers need more than apples. Nice. That's a good one. As broke as our examinator. I don't get that one. Oh, that British chap. Oh, British. Fair pay equals teachers say. We saw that one. Pay up. You can't put pupils first if you put teachers last. A wet paper towel won't fix this. Okay. I guess Richie Sunak is the wet paper towel. Like, I don't know. Is this like a... You can't fix this with a glue stick? We don't have one anyways. We've run out anyways. Jesus Christ. Some of these are fucking cynical. Let's go. Let's go. More Play-Doh, more dough. That's a bad one. That's a bad one. I don't know. When will they see what we... Oh, man. Some people need to iterate. They need to make a second sign and not stick with their first. Underpaid teachers equal understaffed schools? Yeah, absolutely. The burnout rate is crazy. It's crazy. I've been studying education my whole life, but I would never go be a teacher in a classroom. Like, it's the trenches. Like, it's falling apart. RIP. Yikes. I'd rather be teaching, but this is important. That's a good one. RIP. Our beloved education system. Yeah. Except you crossed out 2023 and put a question mark? I don't understand. Straight out of funding. What? What the fuck is that one? Is that a white person holding that sign? It is. Straight out of funding. It's so bad. It's so bad. I like the red card for Rishi. The red should be in red, of course, but the 4 is really well done. Look at that F. Wow. The government needs a lesson plan. Snaps. There we go. Hey, Rishi, what a pity you don't understand. Bad. The chants are pretty weak, though. Let's see here. I could barely protest to this. Ah, they ran out of steam. I will say one thing. The bar I have for like protest chants and stuff is really high. Like Montreal has crazy good chants. Aki ledu anu ledu. Like, woo. Who streets are streets. Let's go. The funds don't add up. I missed my PPA for this. No teachers, no future. Yeah, this is not a good look. See if there's anything else. If there's any live streams up. You would think there would be live right now since it's like British and it's like in the middle of the day there now, right? Day. Apparently Jeremy Corbyn was spotted. No results found. What the fuck? Woo! Let's go. Oh, and they're protesting in the restricted zone. You see that? That's how you know it's a real protest. There's a sign saying restricted zone, and they're no way. Yeah, musicians. Oh, really? Yikes. When the Saints go marching? Is that a protest song? Like, isn't that a godly song? Like, what the fuck? When the Saints go marching, what's that about? The hymn was born as a message of hope for African American slaves who longed for a release from their suffering. It's a Christian hymn. What? Oh, yeah. You read the lyrics and it's definitely a Christian hymn. Oh, when the horsemen begin to ride. Oh, when the horsemen begin to ride. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number when the Saints go marching in. Like, yeah, come on. Oh, Brother Charles, you are my friend. Like, oh my God. Yeah, that's not a good protest song. Wrong again. All the references to black culture are like really bad. Straight out of funding. When the Saints go marching in. Yeah, I don't know. I'm overpaid, so said no teacher ever. Yeah. Where's the funding? That's a good one. Sorry, I'm getting to Twitter feuds. Should stay focused. Okay, so if there's no new news on this, we'll probably take a breather on it. Missing my lesson today to teach you one. Nice. Oh my God, the protests. Teachers' pay is under attack. What's the response? There you go. She's good. There you go. That's it. There you go. Nice and simple. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna watch him. Okay. Let's see if we can find something a bit more exciting. We do got the crazy Seinfeld AI to catch up on. Let's go see what's going on with Andrew Tate. All right, taking a break on that. Next up, Andrew Tate. Court upholds decision to extend controversial influencers. Jesus, controversial influencer. Yeah. Famous misogynist. And man who's accused of pimping. Like, come on. Controversial influencer. Come on. 30-day detention after appeal dismissed. The kickboxer turned internet personality and his brother Tristan have been in custody since the 29th of December on suspicion of human trafficking, R-word, and forming an organized crime group. So why is the headline controversial influencer? Like, come on. Talk about pulling the punch. Holy jeez. A Romanian court has upheld the decision to extend the detention of controversial influencer Andrew Tate to 30 days. The British-American national and his brother Tristan have been in custody since the 29th of December on... Yeah, we just read that. Tate, a professional kickboxer turned influencer, has lost his appeal at the Bucharest Court of Appeal against the judge's 20 January decision to extend his arrest a second time for 30 days. The 36-year-old arrived at court handcuffed to his brother Tristan, who is held in the same case along with 2 Romanian women. It is alleged the Tates recruited their victims by seducing them and falsely claiming to want a relationship or marriage. Prosecutors say the women were then forced to produce porno under duress. Andrew Tate is also accused of R-wording one of the victims in March 2022. All 4 denied the allegations. The court has rejected all 4 of their appeals. That's right, he's batting 0 for 4, everybody, against extending their arrests for 30 days. And they will remain in custody until the 27th of February as prosecutors continue investigating the case. I heard they seized all his shit too. All his sweet cars. It's all stuff that flows from, what is it, like the proceeds of a criminal investigation. So you can't, that's not yours. That's not yours. As he left court on Wednesday, Andrew Tate said, quote, "Ask them for evidence and they will give you none because it doesn't exist. You'll find out the truth of this case soon." I can't wait. I can't wait for this to go to court. A document seen by the Associated Press news agency explaining the 20 January decision said the judge took into account the, quote, "particular dangerousness of the defendants and their capacity to identify victims, quote, with an increased vulnerability in search of better life opportunities." They were predators looking for prey. Like that's what this judge is saying. These are wolves, these are bad folk, and they're going after poor women. And they're harming them. Like, come on. I don't know how to say that. Is that Joan? Gliga? A lawyer representing the Tate brothers said the defense presented, quote, "solid arguments that the extended detention period is not necessary." You know, over there. Don't tell us what the arguments are. Just super strong arguments. Okay, we'll take you at your word. Meanwhile, U.S. lawyer Tina Glandian, who has joined the Tate's legal team, told a news conference on Wednesday there was a lack of evidence against the brothers. Both brothers took turns addressing the court during the latest hearing and were, quote, "very forthcoming," said Ms. Glandian. She said the lack of evidence was shown by the fact that there were still no charges, despite the brothers being in custody for a month and police investigating since April. She called it a, quote, "violation of international human rights and the due process of law." My man has lost 4 appeals. What does that sound like? That sounds like a process of law. And suggested, quote, outside pressures were keeping them locked up. Ms. Glandian said that Tristan Tate had also been unable to meet his new 3-week-old child. Ooh, that sucks. She also denied the brothers could flee Romania and suggested other measures, such as removing passports or house arrest, could be used. Andrew Tate, who has reportedly lived in Romania since 2017, was previously banned from various prominent social media platforms for expressing misogynistic views and hate speech. He has claimed there is, quote, "zero evidence against him in the case," and alleged it is instead a political attack to silence him. Man, I haven't heard this one before. Man, geez, that's a new one. Stop me if you've heard this one. Quote, My case is not criminal, it's political. It's not about justice or fairness, it's about attacking my influence on the world, read a post that appeared on his Twitter account, which was reinstated in November. That's right, everybody. Twitter, the famous bastion for potential pimps. Jesus. After the Tates and the two women were arrested, Romania's anti-organized crime agency, DCOT, said in the statement that it had identified 6 victims in the human trafficking case who were subjected to, quote, acts of physical violence and mental coercion and were sexually exploited by members of the alleged crime group. The agency said victims were lured with pretenses of love and later intimidated, surveilled, and subjected to other control tactics while being coerced into engaging in pornographic acts for substantial financial gains. It's exactly what, like, he self-described, right? It's like, yeah, like, I convinced these women to make porn for me. I run a webcam business. It's like he's admitted to it. Earlier in January, Romanian authorities descended on a compound near Bucharest where they towed away a fleet of luxury cars that included the blue Rolls Royce, a Ferrari, and a Porsche. They reported seizing assets worth an estimated $3.9 million. Prosecutors have said that if they can prove the owners gained money through illicit activities, such as human trafficking, the assets would be used to cover the expenses of the investigation and to compensate victims. Tate also unsuccessfully appealed the asset seizure. They must have something.
Once even charges are filed, they're presumed innocent. In this case, there's no charges that have even been filed. So to talk about the seriousness of the allegations, of course they're very serious crimes. Nobody disputes that. But there is insufficient evidence that they've committed these crimes because they haven't even been charged, and the police have had ample time. They've been investigating since April. They've basically had these men under surveillance this entire period, and they haven't charged them with a single crime. So they've been in jail now for over 30 days without so much as a single criminal charge against them. We feel that there's outside pressures and that this is not based on the actual evidence because the evidence is very weak, and if there was any evidence, we believe they would have been charged by now.
Or maybe it's a complicated case and they need to keep extending it so that they can wrap up and get as many people as possible. It's a crime organization. There's going to be a bunch of people involved. Right? No? Maybe? Perhaps? Possibly? Okay, let's move on. Let us move forward. There's a couple interesting news stories I thought I would rip through. Just kind of the news of the day. I've been watching Last of Us, and so I got a couple fun ones on that. Also, since we're mostly done with the UK strikes, there's this last little piece was talking about how Loblaws has ended its price freeze. So guess what? Prices on groceries are going up. And also, Loblaws is sad. It's the face of food inflation. And also, Loblaws and the other food grocers have posted record profits in the past 5 years. So I'm super pissed. While we may be the face of food inflation, but we are certainly not the cause. Like, you can't even write a proper sentence. You can't even, like, do English. Food prices are higher in our stores simply because the manufacturers who make the products are charging more for them. Yeah. Galen Weston is worth $10 billion. Grammatically incorrect. That's what I noticed. Record profits, not revenue. Yeah, exactly. These people are absolute scum. Absolute scum. Well, we may mean the face of food inflation, but we are certainly not the guy. Like, come on. Come on. You either get rid of the but or you get rid of the while. Like, learn how to English. Okay, Kai Cenat is streaming. So I might check that out after. He's always off the chain. All right. So here's a couple stories that I thought were pretty crazy. The College Board strips down its AP curriculum for African American Studies, and it is Black History Month. Like, this is how Black History Month is starting. It is February 2nd. We're day 2 into it. Like, what the fuck is this story? What the hell is happening? Jesus. The official course looks different from a previous draft. No more critical race theory and the study of contemporary topics like Black Lives Matter is optional. Only like the most impactful or worldwide like movement about inequities in the justice system, yeah, it's optional. We don't really have to check that out. That's a maybe. We can skip on that. Don't worry about it. All right. After heavy criticism from Governor Ron DeSantis, the College Board released on Wednesday an official curriculum for its new advanced placement course in African American Studies, also known as AA Studies, stripped of much of the subject matter that had angered the governor and other conservatives. So that's right, history is now being taught according to the least educated conservatives. The College Board purged the names of many Black writers and scholars associated with critical race theory, the queer experience, and Black feminism. It ushered out some politically fraught topics like Black Lives Matter from the formal curriculum, and it added something new. Black conservatism is now offered as an idea for a research project. This is so nakedly political. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. Jesus. When it announced the AP course in August, the College Board clearly believed it was providing a class whose time had come, and it was celebrated by eminent scholars like Henry Louis Gates Jr. of Harvard as an affirmation of the importance of African American studies. But the course quickly ran into a political buzzsaw, first from conservatives after an early draft leaked to conservative publications like the Florida Standard and National Review. Let's see, what's their headline? It doesn't show. Neo-Marxing the College Board with AP Africa. Okay, it's pretty bad, man. It's the neo-Marxists. They're doing the cultural Marxism. Don't you know? Holy shit. The dispute over the AP course is about more than just the content of a high school class. Education is the center of much vitriolic partisan debate, and the College Board's decision to try to build a curriculum covering one of the most charged subjects in the country, the history of race in America, may have all but guaranteed controversy. If anything, I love how it's the College Board's fault here. Like the New York Times is sort of put like, oh geez, you know, how dare the College Board make a decision on education? They waded into this political debate. Jesus Christ. If anything, the arguments over the curriculum underscore the fact that the U.S. is a country that cannot agree on its own story, especially the complex history of Black Americans. I'm not too sure what's complex about it. It's actually pretty straightforward. There's a reason they don't want to talk about it. That's the complicated part. Conservatives don't want to talk about that history. The pushback began in January when Governor DeSantis of Florida, a Republican who was expected to run for president, announced that he would ban the curriculum, citing the draft version. State education officials said it was not historically accurate and violated state law. I wonder what their sources were that it was not historically accurate. And violated state law that regulates how race-related issues are taught in public schools. The attack on the AP course turned out to be the prelude to a much larger agenda. On Tuesday, Mr. DeSantis unveiled a proposal to overhaul higher education that would eliminate what he called, quote, ideological conformity by, among other things, mandating courses in Western civilization. Like, they're announcing what they're doing. Every accusation is an admission. Every accusation is an admission. And another red flag to the College Board, there was the possibility of other opposition. More than 24 states have adopted some sort of measure against critical race theory, according to a tracking project by the University of California, Los Angeles Law School. David Coleman, the head of the College Board, said in an interview that the changes were all made for pedagogical reasons, not to bow to political pressure. Quote, at the College Board, we can't look to statements of political leaders, he said. The changes, he said, came from the input of professors and long-standing AP principals. Yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Somehow, I don't believe you. You backpedal that hard and then try to play it off like it's organic. Come on. Are you for real? Yeah, okay, buddy. He went to a public school in New York City before enrolling at Yale. Received a Rhodes Scholarship. Studied at Oxford and Cambridge. This is the head of the... Jesus Christ. Oh my word. Moreover, College Board officials said Wednesday that they had a timestamped document showing that the final changes to the curriculum were made in December before the Florida Department of Education sent its letter informing the College Board that it would not allow the course to be taught. Mr. Coleman said that during the initial test of the course this school year, the board received feedback that the secondary, more theoretical sources were quite dense, and that students connected more with primary sources, which he said have always been the foundation of AP courses. Okay, buddy. It's just too dense. I mean, that's the part that's amazing, right? The people who actually have to deal with CRT and actually have to read it and try to digest it are like, this is hard. Why are you making me do this? This is extraordinarily complex. And then conservatives are literally saying they're teaching CRT to school children. It's like, doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like one of the hardest subjects in law. Oh yeah, they're just teaching that to kids. Okay, so that story I thought was pretty crazy, especially because, you know, like any fascist movements, they're targeting teachers and they're targeting queer folk. An Arkansas GOP bill targeting drag performances is so confusing, it may not even apply to drag, a law expert said. A Republican Arkansas bill targeting drag is so confusing. If enacted, the bill would classify drag performances as adult-oriented businesses. According to an Arkansas drag queen, the bill would severely impact the LGBTQ community. It proposed a bill, SB 43. Oh my God, get to the meat of the story. It would classify things like adult video stores and strip clubs. Like any drag performance and places that host them would be like an adult video store or a strip club. It's insane. This would restrict where in public drag can be performed and who can attend a drag performance. It also features a section about intending to appeal to the prurient interest, a term not defined in the bill. According to Volok, our legal expert, it's clearly defined in obscenity law. We're going back to obscenity laws. Ah! No. That's so bad. It's one of the prongs, essentially, of the three-prong obscenity test, Volok said, and it means a shameful or morbid interest in sex or excretion and sex in the sense of sexual activity, but it's also a relatively narrow term. It has to be essentially, in some respect, erotic, he said, for it to meet the standards of prurient interest. The typical drag performance, this law properly applied, that is to say, applied with an understanding of what this word means, would not cover them, because there's no erotic. Drag is not erotic. It's just not. Drag performances have a long cultural and political history that is more often focused on community and celebration of expression. Yeah. So, shifting languages. The original bill defines a drag performance as when one or more performers, quote, exhibit a gender identity that is different from the performer's gender assigned at birth, using clothing, makeup, or other accessories that are traditionally worn by members of and are meant to exaggerate the gender identity of the performer's opposite sex while performing. So don't go on stage and wear some makeup. You can't do Shakespeare anymore because you might be accused of being in drag. Like, it's actually insane. It's actually insane. Make it stop. Please make it stop. All right. Let's move on. We're skipping some of these. This I thought was really crazy. If you've been watching The Last of Us, apparently dangerous fungi are spreading across the US as temperatures rise, which is like literally the opening premise of the movie. Some fungus, such as the type that causes valley fever, might be adapting to endure more heat stress. Yikes. The human body's average temperature of 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit has long been too hot for most fungi to thrive, infectious disease specialists say. But as temperatures have risen globally, some fungi might be adapting to endure more heat stress, including conditions within the human body, research suggests. Climate change might also be creating conditions for some disease-causing fungi to expand their geographical range. As fungi are exposed to more consistent elevated temperatures, there's a real possibility that certain fungi that were previously harmless suddenly become potential pathogens. Yikes. Deaths from fungal infections are increasing, due in part to growing populations of people with weakened immune systems who are more vulnerable to severe fungal disease. At least 7,000 people died in the US from fungal infections in 2021, the CDC said, up from hundreds of people each year from the year 1970. So it's ballooned. In the video game and HBO show The Last of Us, a fungus infects people en masse and turns them into monstrous creatures. It's awesome. Oh my god. Oh no. A January study in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences showed that higher temperatures may prompt some disease-causing fungi to evolve faster to survive. Oh no. Ah. All right, okay, this is scary. I'm gonna move on. This is the last piece. This is where hopes and dreams go. Oh wait. Maybe we'll go see what Kai Cena's doing right now. Just to pop in. He's always just like, I feel so old whenever I watch Kai. Is he over? Has he beaten the allegations? Let's see what's going on, and then we'll watch this very strange infinite AI. Is he just sleeping? Bro, he's just sleeping? Mafia-thon, day 1. 41-hour stream. He's doing a 48-hour stream, and by hour 7 he's asleep. Okay, so this is Watch Me Forever, which, does it have an about? Apparently not. So it is a very bizarre. It is AI generated Seinfeld. So we're gonna watch this until our eyes bleed. Oh, it looks like it's on to the next episode. All right. So let's watch this AI decide the next show for us. I wonder if it's gonna be Seinfeld. The chat is actually pretty funny. Let's get chat in there. So yeah, we it looks like we just got into a commercial break. So if you're enjoying the show, like, subscribe, tell your mom. Okay, we don't get sweet bass, unfortunately.
That new joke about the postal worker.
No way. What was it?
It goes something like,
Come on, spit it out. Ah, okay. So the postal worker walks into a bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve your kind here." And the postal worker yells back, "That's okay. I don't deliver here either."
ha ha ha, that's a good one.
Is that a joke?
Absolutely hilarious. You know what would have made it even funnier?
No? What would have made it funnier? That's not how language works.
You know, I heard that Larry's hair is naturally curly.
That deserved a laugh line.
Is that true? Wow, it's been a while since we've seen each other. What have you been up to lately?
That animation.
Well, I've been keeping busy. Just got back from a road trip to Montana, and it was quite the adventure.
Okay.
As for my hair, yeah, it is naturally curly. It's just a lot easier to manage when I straighten it.
Okay.
That must have been fun. Road trips are always interesting stories to tell.
It definitely was.
Uh-huh.
Encountering wild animals in their natural habitat is such a rare thing to experience. I also got to drive on some pretty amazing roads, too.
Okay. That's not a joke. Why are you laughing?
Wow, that sounds like a really amazing experience. What kind of wild animals did you see?
Okay. Staying on topic. That's not funny either.
Oh, all sorts. Bears, deer, raccoons, and even a few bald eagles. It was quite a sight indeed.
What?
So you hear about this new gadget that can turn everyday items into food?
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, Larry, it's amazing.
New gadget? Why is chat spamming new gadget? Is this a bit?
What kind of items?
Oh, you know, things like pens, books, and umbrellas.
The laugh lines, what's happening?
Wow, an umbrella steak. That
Why
would
did he
be
face through
something.
the couch?
So why don't you get one and see for yourself?
Whoa. She went there.
I don't know. I guess I'm a little skeptical.
Skeptical? You don't believe it will work?
No, I'm sure it will work. It's been getting rave reviews. You should give it a try, Larry. You won't regret it.
Huh? What? I can't do the...
Hey Larry, did you hear about the new doomsday clock? It's been moved up to 2 minutes to midnight.
It's actually like 10 seconds now. There's nobody there.
That's crazy. What do you think is going to happen? Are aliens finally going to come to Earth, or something more mundane? I mean, I know there are a lot of unknowns out there, but whatever it is, I think everyone should prepare themselves.
Well, it's hard to predict the future, but I think it would be wise to collate all sorts of knowledge and data points so that we can make well-informed decisions.
Actual robot talking. Yeah.
Besides, if
Chat's
the world
right.
does end up in chaos, it would be nice to have something prepared. I've been stocking up on canned food and batteries. What about
animation.
you?
Actual prepper? The bots are preppers? Why is he facing to the table? I can't follow.
So, did you hear the news?
No.
Fred, you won't believe it. There's an all-you-can-eat buffet opening up right around the corner.
Cool.
What? That's incredible, Larry. Do you think they'll have all the foods I like?
Maybe?
What's the catch?
There isn't one, my friend. The only thing you have to do is pay a generous cover charge.
Wow. That's too good to be true. Do you really think it'll be worth it?
Yes. Is that the end of the episode? Wait, no, I paused it. Yeah, that was the end of the... It just braked. Just went to break. Okay. What's happening?
Oh no, the power just went out.
I can't believe it. I just paid the electric bill yesterday. Maybe it's just a temporary outage. I hope so, because I'm going to be really mad if it's not.
I never know when the laugh line's coming. I never know. It's
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. This is going to ruin my plans for the evening. I was about to watch my favorite show and now I can't.
Oh, come on. I'm sure it won't be that bad. We should just try to make the best of it. Let's go out for
Is that a
pizza
microwave?
and a movie instead.
What happened?
Sure, why not? After all, it's not like I can watch TV if there's no power.
Wait, there's no power. Why is the microwave working? Off the grid. She's been prepping with the batteries. What is happening? The microwave's on a
I
generator.
heard the craziest thing today at the diner.
Really? What was it?
That got clipped.
Yeah, tell us. Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, tell us.
Well, the rumor is that aliens are coming to town next week.
Oh.
I know. It sounds crazy, but you never know.
Aliens?
Aliens?
That does sound a bit far-fetched.
I don't know. Strange things have been known to happen around here. Hey, I know what we should do. Let's dress up in silly alien costumes and surprise them when they arrive.
Oh, this is terrifying. Is it me? Is it just glitching? Like, what's happening?
Yvonne, did you hear about that new ice cream place that opened up down the street?
No, I haven't. What's so special about it?
New ice cream.
Is it an old-fashioned ice cream parlor?
Well, the owner claims that it's homemade ice cream with a variety of flavors. I'm thinking of trying some. Have you heard anything else about it?
What is happening to his body? He's just phasing into the chair?
Yeah, I heard that it's really popular with the locals. Apparently, their signature flavor, the works, is a combination of chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry.
Okay. It just ends. We need some bass.
Hey, Larry. Did you hear about the new movie playing this weekend?
Yeah, I heard it's supposed to be surprisingly funny.
Uh-huh.
We should totally go check it out.
Cool.
We could even get popcorn and candy. It'll be like a real theater experience. I bet it'll be full of surprises.
I'm down. I have a feeling we're in for a lot of laughs. And who knows, maybe we'll even learn something while we're at it.
Absolutely. I'm sure it'll have some thought-provoking scenes too.
All right, let's do it. We can make a night of it. I'm sure it'll be a blast.
Birth of a Nation. Jesus Christ. Okay, chat. There's just these weird Oh, it's the end of the episode, everybody. All right, that's our introduction. Holy cow! What a ride! I don't even know how to process this. I noticed that it's the same framing. It like repeats the same frames. This is the intro scene, and this is the whatever scene. Very odd. Makes me slightly uncomfortable, to be honest. Ever so slightly uncomfortable. I mean, Seinfeld was already bad, and it was already kind of like a zombie show that refused to just disappear, and now it's eternal. It's like actually, it's ascended to godliness. It is no longer, we can no longer destroy Seinfeld. It shall live on in perpetuity. Terrifying. Okay, next episode. Excuse me.
So, what happened with the check last night?
It bounced, so I had to call the bank and sort it out.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, I really thought it would go through.
Hey guys, I just found the craziest restaurant around here that serves nothing but chile.
Chile.
Sounds delicious.
I'm not so sure. I mean, chili all the time.
New restaurant.
It's worth a try. Come on.
Chile.
All right, let's do it.
Sounds like an interesting adventure.
I'm sure there will be plenty of surprises.
Okay.
Hey, did you hear about that new cafe that opened up downtown?
New cafe.
Yeah, they serve all vegan food.
Vegans.
I'm so psyched. Have you been there yet?
I'm not sure if I'm ready to take the vegan plunge yet, but the reviews seem promising.
Am I glitching out or is it?
Well, I'm up for giving it a shot.
Count me in.
All right, it's a date then.
Some of these
Hey,
motions.
why don't we ask Cackler to join us?
Keckler? Cackler? What's his name?
Sounds like a plan.
He's just facing the wall. Ah, the scene breaks. They're unnatural.
So, this morning I was walking to work and I saw something really weird.
Yeah? What'd
What
you
was
see?
it?
Was it Be Weird? Was it the streamer Be Weird? Your new favorite streamer?
A giant rabbit? No, someone pushing a shopping cart full of cats. Wow.
Wow.
That is definitely something you don't see every day. Did they seem like they were going anywhere in particular? Not really, they just kept walking in circles.
Cat cart
It was a
arc.
bit of a strange sight.
Yeah, it was definitely strange. I can't believe there were so many cats in one cart. I wonder what kind of person would do that. Hopefully the cats were all safe and happy.
What? What is happening? Reminds me of a time when
Yeah, I guess so.
I was working at Tim Hortons. I was really young, and someone came up to me, and she's like, just opens her bag, and she has a bag full of kittens. She's like, "You want one?" And I'm like, "Oh, kittens are so fluffy. No, I can't have a kitten." I was like 16 at the time. All right, scene break. The walking, it's so odd. Oh, here we go, stand up.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming out tonight. I'm so excited to be here. So, I saw this sign outside of a restaurant the other day that said all you can eat. Which is great for me, because I'm really hungry and I don't have any money. And then I thought, what if they said the same thing at the bank? All you can steal. Alright, so recently I was out driving in the car with my mom, and she was going on and on about how bad traffic has been lately. I asked her if maybe she would enjoy it more if we got a helicopter, and she said no way, she'd rather be late than fly. Alright, now I have a joke about cats. What did the cat say when he lost his car keys? Meow sitters.
What is that even?
Alright,
What?
so here's one last joke I have.
Meow sitters?
What did the onion say to the other onion?
I don't
You
know.
make me cry.
There you go. That's a joke. That's a joke. Actual
Alright,
joke.
thanks for coming out tonight. I had a great time. Bye everyone.
I love the chatters that are like, let him cook. He knows what he's doing. That's awesome. Bye, everyone. Meow shit. That music's horrendous.
Did you hear about the new invention?
I did hear about it. What is it?
They created a suit that can change its size.
Wow, I've never heard of anything like that before. How does it work? It's pretty ingenious. It features tiny nanobots that respond to the wearer's body heat and adjust its size accordingly.
Huh?
That's incredible. What do they plan to do with it?
That's another. I gotta take off chat.
It's being marketed as a way to save money on buying multiple clothing items in different sizes.
It just keeps freezing. Is it? That's it. That's just okay. More jokes.
So I was at the grocery store the other day, and this woman had like 15 items in the express lane.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
No.
So the cashier says, "Ma'am, this is an express lane." And she looks up and just goes, "Oh no, it isn't." Everyone laughs, and then I'm standing behind her thinking, yeah, ma'am, it is. Then the cashier looks at me and says, what's your excuse, buddy? Everyone laughs. So I said, oh, I just wanted to practice my expressionless face. You know, so I can look like everyone else during tax season. Everyone laughs. Alright, so that's it for me. Thanks so much, everyone.
Zoltan Cackler.
Applause.
Zoltan Cackler, everybody.
Have a great night.
Applause. Please clap.
Stay safe.
Please clap. I'm not on enough acid for this, I don't think. Not consumed enough psychedelics.
So, Yvonne, did you hear about the new video game releasing today? It's called Galactic Space Warriors.
Ha! Can you imagine playing as a warrior in space? That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. Too bad they couldn't come up with something cooler.
Don't be so cynical, Fred. I'm sure it will be a hit with the kids. What kind of weapons and missions are you going to get to play? I've never been a fan of video games, but this one sounds fun. I'm sure they'll make a movie one day too.
A movie based on a video game? No way.
Like The Last of Us?
That's ridiculous.
Awkward pause. End of episode. End of episode. You heard it here. You heard it here first, chat. A show based off of a video game? I never. I don't know. What do you think so far? This is terrible. Obviously, really bad. Obviously, very bad. Horrible. Actually bad. The music especially. I want to see if I can figure out, like, if I can just fill in the... I don't know if you can hear that. Play, like, the bass line. I never really learned, like, any good, like, Seinfeld funky bass line beats, though. Which is all done on the piano, surprisingly. We got some Canadian shadoos. Where Chan Fleets. Look, the Benny. Simpsons, of course. The Boy Story, Roberts of. Conterman. Oh, finally. Movie, The Cartoon Carto. Oh, another episode. Yeah, great.
I hear they just unveiled a new land speed record at the racetrack.
Oh, really? Who said it?
I think it was some guy named Shecky.
Shecky, really? What kind of name is Shecky? That's the kind of name you'd expect on someone who sets a land speed record.
Actual joke. Actual joke.
I bet that's a real dragster.
Yeah, he's probably driving something pretty high-powered.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out how he got that name. I mean, it's not like he's some kind of comedian or something.
Lol. The fake laugh tracks are so
Who knows?
Unnerving.
It's a mystery.
Scene end. End scene.
Hi, I'm Larry, and I'll be your comedian for the night.
All right.
Did
Hey,
you
Larry.
hear the one about the chicken and the egg? Well,
No.
one day they were walking down the street together, and the chicken turns to the egg and says, "Hey, you think we'll ever find out who came first?" Ha! That's a good one. So, have you ever heard about the therapist and the cowboy?
He just moves on.
The cowboy walks into the shrink's office and he says, "Doc, I'm feeling really scared, like something bad is gonna happen." The shrink replied, "Why don't you lie down on the couch and tell me all about it?" So the cowboy did, and after a minute he sat up again and said, "I can't do it. I'm too scared." The shrink smiled and said, "That's okay. It's part of the process." Ha ha. That one always gets a laugh. Well,
What?
I think that's all the time I have for now.
What is happening?
Thanks for being a great audience, and have a great night. Goodbye.
Goodbye. We got so much laughter.
Crowd cheers and claps.
Cheers and
Thank you.
claps.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're too kind.
Too kind. You're too kind. That's a bit nicer. I like those colors a bit better. Just get off the stage. Your set's over, buddy. I am both amazed
So, Fred,
and horrified.
what did you do this weekend? Anything interesting?
Well, I went to the gym and worked out. Then I had to make a quick run downtown for a meeting.
A meeting? What kind of meeting?
Oh, it was with a distant cousin who moved to the city recently. We figured we'd catch up on some family news and stuff.
What kind of news?
Well, she's really into this new restaurant she found and was raving about it.
A new
So
restaurant?
we talked about that for a bit.
Oh, yeah? A new restaurant, you say? And scene. Okay.
Hi there. It's great to be here in this club tonight.
Yeah.
I just want to start off by saying that this city really knows how to have a good time. Just the other day, I was walking down the street and saw a man looking for his lost pet. When I asked him what it was, he said it was a cat. So I told him to look in the tree because that's where cats usually hide.
True. Not a joke.
Now, it's not every day you come across a lost pet in the city, so I think that's pretty funny. And speaking of cats, have you ever noticed how they like to meow at all hours of the night? Yeah, it can be really annoying. Anyway, I hope you all are having a great time tonight.
Anyway.
Let's raise our glasses and cheer to the good times.
To the good times, chat.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Alright, let's move on to my next joke. So a bear walks into a bar. The bartender says, "What can I get you?"
I can't. Oh, God. It's so deranged, and it just like freezes. What's going on? Oh no, is the feed over? What's up? Play. It's done. It's fell over. It's too much. The eldritch horror. Oh God, more stand up.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming out tonight. I'm so excited to be here. So, did anyone else see that new superhero movie?
New superhero
movie? It was
movie?
definitely unique.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you about the time I tried to impress a girl back in high school. So I asked her out. Oh wait, no one else needs to know how it ended. Alright, that one time I went camping and got attacked by a bear.
Oh yeah.
It was a terrifying experience, but I learned an important lesson: never forget your bug spray. So, what do you think about the president's new tax plan? I mean, why don't we just make the rich pay for it all?
Yeah.
That would be
based.
so much easier.
Yeah, based.
Lastly, let's talk about technology. Have you seen all the new gadgets hitting the market?
Like
what
AI?
do you think about robots taking over our jobs one day? Alright, I
It's
think
aware.
that's enough for tonight.
That's not a
Thank you
joke, that's a
everyone
threat.
For being such a great audience. Make
It's
sure
aware,
you
chat.
stick around for the next act. It's going to be a good one.
It's
See you
threatening us,
soon,
chat.
And take care.
That was a direct
Peace.
threat. Peace. What? You just declared war on all our jobs. Terrified by this thing.
Hey Larry, did you hear about the new comic store opening across town?
New comic store?
I heard they're giving away free comics to the first 100 customers who show up.
Nice.
That's unbelievable. How can they afford to do that?
Oh.
I'm definitely going to check it out. I need some new material for my stand-up routine. Are you in?
Please don't freeze on this
We
frame.
could make it a competition to see who can get the funniest comic.
Absolutely. That sounds like a great idea. Let's do it.
Great. Whoa.
All right, let's get going then.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Let's take my car and make it a race. Have the store keep track of which one of us gets there first.
What's happening? This scene just ends. He's not even saying anything and you're laughing.
Hey everyone. So I just got a new dog, and he loves chasing his tail so much that it makes me dizzy watching him. But the best part is when I ask him to sit, and he does it in such an exaggerated way that it looks like someone turned down the gravity in my living room. Also, I heard something about a new self-driving car that drives itself to the store and buys groceries for you. What kind of world are we living in when self-driving cars can do our shopping for us? It's like the future is here and no one told me.
Stop.
But you know what I like best about the future?
It's self-aware.
The idea of flying cars. Imagine getting from point A to point B without having to deal with traffic. That would be awesome.
You'd have to deal with air traffic. It would be worse.
All right, we should wrap it up. Thanks for coming out to the show. Have a great night. And
Thanks for
stay
coming
safe.
out, watching the Be Weird broadcast.
Bye, everyone.
Here every morning with deranged
Waves
content.
to audience exits the stage.
Waves to audience.
Audience erupts and cheers.
You weren't supposed to say that. That's supposed to be in the code. Oh my gosh. It's bizarre. Like getting shiver.
Hey Larry, guess what I found in the couch cushions?
What?
No, they don't face each other?
A fortune?
No, an old sandwich.
Ha. That's classic Fred. But you know what I found in the refrigerator? A polar bear.
In your refrigerator? That's amazing.
Why is the microwave on?
No, it was a frozen Gladgy popsicle. But I'm sure the polar bears appreciate the thought.
Oh man, I
This
wish
is
I'd found a popsicle.
That was alienating. This is so alienating. That was so hard to follow. More jokes.
Hi everyone. Thank you for being here tonight.
Sorry, my bad.
So, I had a really tough day at work today. I was so overwhelmed that I wanted to laugh and cry at the same time. But my boss didn't appreciate it. Anyway, I try to stay positive and remind myself that things could be worse. For example, I could have been a bear today and then it would have been unbearable.
Haha.
Alright,
No
onto
laugh
something
line.
a little more uplifting. I heard that the best way
It just keeps breaking. Don't break on me,
to
chat.
stay positive is to find a hobby you enjoy. So I'm going to start baking cakes and pies and all sorts of delicious treats. All I need now is an oven and a cake mix. Who's bringing me my supplies? Alright, jokes aside, thanks again for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Leaves the stage to applause.
You're not supposed
Waves
to say
goodbye
that bit.
to the audience.
You're saying that bit again. Shh. Why are they laughing? Uh-huh. Okay. Next scene.
So I got my new boat yesterday and it's immaculate.
New boat. Whoa.
Wow, Fred. I've never seen you so excited.
Why
Not
did you buy a boat?
Why aren't they facing each other?
I mean, you don't even know how to sail.
None of them are facing
Yeah,
each other.
what's the point of having a boat if you don't know how to use it?
I think he just likes the idea of owning one.
That's right.
Microwave.
I love the idea of going out on the open sea and just drifting away. Plus, I've already paid for parking at the marina for the season.
You know, you could always rent it out to people. Make a little extra cash.
Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Just ends. Oh, God. It's way too much stand up in this one.
Hey everybody, thanks for having me here tonight. I'm so excited to be performing. So first off, what do you call a bear with no teeth?
Why are they laughing?
A gummy bear. Get it? It's a pun.
Actual joke? He's telling us it's a pun.
Anyway,
And
what I
then they
was
did
thinking
laugh.
was that this world is so messed up sometimes.
It is.
For example, why do we have to suffer through motion sickness when we go on a roller coaster? Or why do cows have to moo? Is it their way of saying hello to other animals in the pasture? That's what I
Yes.
want to know. Well, I'm out of ideas for today, but here's one last. Joke for the road. What did one fish say to the other when it was about to give up?
What did it say? Oh, it's because it gave up. It didn't say anything. It's a meta joke. You're really going to be paying attention. That's a curveball.
I think I have a great idea for a play.
Ooh,
What is it?
I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
Nope, it's brand new. It's about a ragtag group of friends who mosey around town solving wacky mysteries.
Sounds like it could be fun.
I've heard this one before.
I'm in.
Me too. What do we call it?
How about The Misadventures of Moseytown?
The Misadventures of Moseytown.
Okay, be right back.
I like it.
I'm sold. Let's get started. Hi everyone. So, I was out shopping the other day, right? And the store has this discount basket full of things that have been marked down. So I look inside and see that it's full of socks. So, I turn to the cashier and I say, "What's with all the socks?" She looks at me and she says, "It's a special sale. Buy one pair and get the second pair for half price." I said, "That's a great deal. But why only socks?" And she just shrugged and said, "Hey, it's the way things are done around here." So, that's why I always start my day with a good pair of socks. Thanks for coming out.
No laugh lines? And nobody laughed. Get off the stage! There's no heckling. The AI didn't create any hecklers.
You know what I just realized?
What? That if we just stayed inside and talked to each other, we'd have plenty of stories to tell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, pretty much everyone has something funny that happened to them today.
True.
Yeah, why doesn't anyone ever remember the absurd things that happened to them?
It's like we forget about them almost immediately.
Don't
It's like
forget
our
about-
brains can't handle the weirdness that comes with day-to-day life.
It's true.
Oh, come on, Fred. Don't be so negative. Everyone's got something funny that happened to them today. We just need to be able to recognize it and share it with each other.
That's the best thing about being in a group. Sharing your experiences can make it all the funnier.
Close up I don't know how to respond to half of this. It just ends. Oh, there's like no jokes in this one. Okay, here we go. Jokes.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming to the show tonight.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
So you know what they say. A
What do they
woman
say?
walks into a bar and says, ouch. Well, that must have hurt. Anyway, I got a joke for you all. Why did the chicken cross the playground? To get to the other slide. Ha ha
Okay.
ha. Did you like that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
that was
I
new.
was at the bank yesterday and the teller asked me if I wanted paper or plastic. I said, doesn't matter to me. I'm bisexual. Ha ha ha. Get it? Bisexual.
Ooh, no,
All
that
right,
ain't it, Chief.
let's keep going.
Ooh, no, that's not it. That's not
So
it.
a bear walks into a bar, and the bartender says, what'll you have? And the bear says, I don't know. I'm just here for the hibernation. Ha ha ha.
I don't get it. Because it's warm inside? Please stop telling jokes. Thank God. This is stressful. I'm getting stressed.
I just found out that my cousin's dog is a professional clown.
Hey, that reminds me of a funny story I heard the other day.
What?
Yeah?
You just gonna
What's
leave
the
that?
story?
Yeah, we're not going
Well,
back to that.
it's about a guy who was walking down the sidewalk when he sees two dogs in front of him. One dog is wearing a clown outfit and the other one is wearing sunglasses. The man looks confused, so the dog in the clown outfit says to him, "Don't worry. We used to be brothers." Ha ha. That's a good one.
That's definitely a
Oh, the
unique story.
close-ups. The close-ups. Holy
Yeah,
shit, that's creepy.
you don't hear those kinds of stories every day.
I guess the only thing left to do is find out what kind of tricks the clown dog can do.
It's weird, man. It's a little odd.
You know what would be really funny? If we all showed up to the show in chicken costumes.
They always face the same way. Look at this.
That would definitely be a surprise.
He turned to her.
Hey, I could go even better. Let's put little wings and beaks on our heads for the show too.
You should.
That would be hilarious.
Whoa, they're walking into each other.
Yeah, and then we'd really ruffle some feathers.
Ha 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 ha. There it is.
You know what else would be really
laugh.
funny? If we all said lines from our shows backwards.
That
Don't
would
do
be a
that.
crazy idea.
Don't do that.
Let's try it.
I'm game.
All right, I'm in too. Let's start with mine. I could say, man, that soup was really good backwards. It'd be Doug sa ikil ilas niv ese nam.
Actual eldritch horror. Phasing through the couch and speaking in tongues backwards. Like, come on. The beast walks among us.
So, what were we talking about?
I don't know.
I don't even remember.
Ah, Jesus.
That's it. I'm starting a business selling forget-me-nots.
Forget-me-nots? What's that?
It's this little thingamabob that you hook onto keychains and it stores your memories. That way, you can never forget.
All right, I'm in.
Great. Now all we need is a catchy name.
Uh-huh.
I got it. Memory Mania.
Sounds good to me. Let's get this party started.
Start the party. Okay. I guess there's no party to be started.
Wow, you won't believe the day I had. Cackler and I stopped by this old bodega and they were selling candy bars for a penny apiece.
Old bodega.
A penny. That's a total steal.
I know, right? We bought out the whole store.
What a wild morning. I'm still in shock. So what did you do with all the candy bars?
We gave them out to all the kids on our block.
Based.
They were so happy.
That is so sweet of you guys,
That's
and
cool.
such a great surprise.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Now we just have to hope no one gets sick because of all that candy.
Oh, geez. Well, I guess it was worth it.
Absolutely.
Ha 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 ha. What's happening? Oh, jeez. Just these weird long pauses.
Hi everyone. So
Okay,
here
last-
I am,
this is the last
trying
episode.
my luck at stand-up comedy. Is this mic working? Checks mic, yeah. Seems to be good. Alright then, let's get started. So, did you ever feel like your life is just a never-ending to-do list? Like
Yes.
no matter how much stuff you cross off, the next item just keeps showing up? Yeah, I know the feeling. Pauses for laughter.
From an AI,
So
and there's
yeah,
no laughter.
like the other day I was trying to clean my house, and then I looked outside and there was a giant pile of leaves that just suddenly appeared. Like where did it come from? Pauses for laughter, but anyway, you know how it goes.
No, I
Speaking
don't.
of things you can never get rid of, have any of you ever tried to get that annoying song out of your head? No matter how hard you try, it just keeps playing on a loop.
That's why we call them
I
earworms.
swear it's like that song knows my innermost thoughts. Pauses for laughter. Alright,
No
well
laughter.
that's all I have for now. Thanks for listening.
Okay. Oh, and now they applaud.
Applause, wow. Thanks everyone. I really appreciate it. Now let's move on to the next act. Have a great night.
Have a great day. Oh god, it's so cringy. Ah. Loading next scene. Whoa, this
I
guy
had the
right now.
craziest dream last night.
Oh yeah? What happened? A giant elephant came flying out of my closet and started chasing me down the street.
Wow, that is pretty crazy. What did you do? I managed to outrun it, but I think it was really mad.
Well, I guess it was lucky that you had such good running shoes.
Yeah, thank goodness.
It's like they say, you're only as fast as your shoes.
Or your feet, apparently. Hey, speaking of feet, do you guys want to go get some ice cream?
What?
Sure. That sounds great.
No, it doesn't. What do feet have to do with ice cream? Doo-doo.
Hey, did you hear that they're going to be building a new cafe around the corner?
Yeah, I heard that too.
New cafe.
What's the buzz? It's supposed to serve some really outrageous milkshakes.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
What do you mean?
I can just imagine how expensive they'll be.
Hey, enough talk about milkshakes. What I want to know is what they're going to do with the jukebox. That's my real concern.
Ha, I guess you always have that on your mind.
You mean the other automatic player?
Hey, you can never be
Robot.
too careful. You never know when they're going to come out with something new and cool.
Like Infinite Seinfeld.
I don't know, Cackler. I think you might be
Cackler.
overthinking this one.
Oh, come on. It doesn't hurt to be prepared.
Awkward pause. The scene breaks are always just non sequiturs.
I heard the funniest thing today. Did you guys hear about that new law they're passing?
New law?
No, what kind of law?
It's a law that says you can't drive through streetlights anymore.
What?
That's ridiculous. I can't even remember how to get around town without driving through the lights.
This is not okay.
Well, I guess if you get caught, you'll have to pay a hefty fine.
Wow, it's like the authorities are trying to make life as difficult as possible.
Yeah, it's like they
True.
don't want us to have any fun.
It's true.
I guess we just have to be careful and obey the law.
Do as you're told. Okay, I think that's it. It's all I can do. This is all I can do. This is all I can muster. That's it. That's it. That's it, everybody. There's no more. No, I can't handle it anymore. I'm really terrified. We're gonna come back in a week or something. And we're gonna go watch it, and it's gonna be like way better. It's gonna have like actual jokes that make sense, that aren't non sequiturs. I don't know. But it was a good stream. Sorry I haven't been streaming for a while. It's been super busy on my end. But I should be here tomorrow morning, hopefully. Might be doing some fun poetry stuff Friday night. And then, of course, I got the slam Saturday. We should be getting some recordings up of some of the poets and poems. It'll be pretty good stuff. But yeah, thanks for popping by. I'll see you later. I hope you enjoyed the show, learning about the world and infinite AI and more weird stuff tomorrow, everybody. Okay, bye now. Bye.